Hey hello! Hi everyone! This is Jessica on 40 and Fit on Fruits, and I hope you're all doing great today. I'm feeling super today. I've been running as usually on Sundays, and today I ran more than 5k, and last Sunday I ran 4k, so my goal is to run 10k, and I think I'm heading there. I just need to take it a bit slow, but anyway, I'm going there. Um, what else? I've been planting some seeds today. I'm gonna grow my own kale, my own lettuce, my own chives, my own tomatoes, and basil. So I will post my progress on Facebook, so you can follow me on my Facebook page if you're interested in that. I also post my progress in running there, so you can check out 40 and Fit on Fruits on Facebook if you're interested. Well, well, first of all, I'm going to start by taking my vest off, because I'm going to show you the cool t-shirt I'm wearing. Can you see what it says? No, I'm not on a diet. I'm eating healthy. I got this t-shirt from my very supportive husband. It was a Christmas gift. And I think this is good to wear this one today, because I was asked from a lot of people to talk about the struggles I've been having when I'm on this 80-10-10 diet. So I thought I would share that with you. And people asked me if I had any detox symptoms, and I really didn't have any. At least no physical detox symptoms. And I think that has to do with that I stopped eating meat and dairy and gluten about 1 year or something before I started this 80-10-10 diet. And I also tried some of the high-fat raw food diet, which was a disaster for me. And so immediately when I started this 80-10-10 diet, I started to feel better. And you should also know that I started it in a way that is called a healing diet, and it's from David Klein. So I exclude a lot of things from the 80-10-10 style diet. For example, I was only eating sweet fruit, and I didn't eat any greens in the beginning because they are hard to digest, because I had some digestive issues. And I didn't have any nuts or seeds in the beginning. It took a year for me to be able to eat nuts and seeds again. So I started this diet in a very kind way. So I learned from reading David Klein's book, Self-Healing Crohn's and Colitis, that you should eat things that are easy to digest. So the veggies that are hard to digest, I steamed. I didn't eat any raw carrots, for example. They are very hard to digest, for example. And I even peeled the cucumbers, because the peel on the cucumbers can be hard to digest when you have some gut issues that I had. I suffered from diarrhea for many years prior to I started this diet. So when it came to the physical part, I immediately started feeling better on this diet. I've been suffering for, like I said, with diarrheas for a couple of years, and they immediately stopped when I started this healing diet, 80-10-10 version, kind of, because it is 80-10-10, but you don't eat like acid fruits like oranges, for example, because they can be hard for your stomach and your guts. And what else? Well, I also had some, when I realized how bad meat and dairy is for us, it was a bit of sorrow to me, because back then I didn't think about the animals. I was like so many people, I thought that we had to eat meat and dairy to be healthy, you know, to get the protein, to get the calcium and things like that. And when I started to realize how unhealthy it is, and I realized that it's, if we look at the holidays here in Sweden, it's, everything is so strongly connected to what you eat. And you know, you eat meatballs for Christmas, and you eat different kinds of sausages, and you eat ham, and so on and so on. And actually that was a little bit difficult for me, because I realized that I wouldn't be able to do, you know, to share this with my family, the holidays. That was a bit of sorrow. And the interesting thing when it comes to the meat later on is, even though you don't start this healthy living because of the animals, you will start caring about the animals, and that is very interesting. And you will also start disliking to see, even to see meat. I'm there now. I really don't. I have a hard time when I see other people eat meat. I have a hard time to see raw meat. I really feel disgusted about it. And the interesting thing is that the same thing happened to my brother and my sister-in-law, because they also started this part because of they wanted to be healthier, and they are exactly like I am nowadays, and my husband too. We really don't like sea meat anymore. And it's also another thing, when you stop eating meat and dairy, you will feel very satisfied, and you will feel very good about yourself. I remember like almost getting high when I saw a cow, like, oh, I feel so good because I don't eat you anymore, you know. I don't take away the milk from your kids and so on. So that was also interesting things and feelings that happened to me when I stopped eating meat and dairy. And anyway, back to when I started the 8-10-10. So prior to when I started the 8-10, I have already excluded meat and dairy from my diet, and fish and gluten and white sugar and so on. So there are a lot of things that I didn't eat anymore. So I think that's what it wasn't such a it wasn't that difficult for me to start this diet. But I remember on the third day on this diet, when I was because I have never done any detox before in my life, or followed any diets or anything like that. And on the third day I struggled, because I got overwhelmed by this, and I was thinking, oh, am I going to eat fruit forever? Am I never going to eat anything else? And it was like, it was very difficult mentally, but I decided to stick to it, and then all that feeling that went away. So I can't help you there when it comes to detox symptoms, but I don't think that you should feel too bad when you start this diet. Maybe you should make another approach, and if you have digestive issues like I have, maybe you shouldn't eat citrus fruits, and you should be careful with too much greens in the beginning, and you should be careful with nuts and seeds and so on when you start this lifestyle. Another thing that could be a bit hard on this diet, that was, you know, all the people around you will start questioning what you do. And if you think about me, you know, I was very sick from pneumonias, and I weighed only 45 kilos when I started this diet. And you know, people were always telling me, oh, you're so skinny, Jessica, you look like you have anorexia. Which is very interesting, because you don't go to a overweight person say these things. And it was hard, because I was really eating. I was eating a lot, but it's like my body couldn't use any of the nutrition. Everything just went through my system very quickly. So that was a bit hard in the beginning, but you know, my advice to you is to educate yourself so you can be able to answer all these questions, because there will be questions around it. There will be, you know, the the protein question, and you will get the fat question, and so on. And I studied a lot. You know, I have a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, so I'm used to studying, and I always have lots of book around me and read a lot on the internet, because I want to be educated, and I want to know what I'm doing, and I don't want to know what I'm talking about. So that is a good thing. Start educating yourself. And you should know that people, they don't ask you these questions to be mean, because often they are curious from their heart. They are interested in what you are doing. And so try to be polite and answer the questions. And the interesting thing is that the more you do this, the less questions you will get. It's like people see that you are very comfortable in your you're very comfortable about what you're doing, so they won't stop questioning what you're doing. But it has to come from you. So educate yourself, and people will not be nagging on you about what you're doing. So that's a good advice. And another struggle that, I mean, sometimes I can feel that when I wasn't working on really enjoying all the things that I was eating, and that is also very important. I could eat bananas for my lunch for days, and I really didn't enjoy myself when I was doing it. And then I could almost be, you know, feel like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like what I was doing. But it wasn't that. It was that I didn't like to eat bananas every day. So to me, it's very important that I often buy some mangoes, and during the winter I had some persimmons, and I have some grapes, because I can have a few bananas, but then I have to have something else. So you should be happy with what you are doing when you do this, because otherwise it will not work for you. I mean, if you're not happy with what you're doing, you will not be happy in your life, kind of, you know. So you have to enjoy what you are doing, and be very respectful towards yourself, to actually give yourself the things that you really enjoy eating. And so that's what I think you should do, that really think about what you enjoy eating. And if there's something you don't enjoy, don't eat it for a while. So be kind to yourself there. That's very important. And it can also different. I mean, it's interesting. I used to love grapes during the summer, but sometimes it's during the autumn I didn't want grapes at all. But now I find to have grapes again. So that will also differ or change over the time. So listen to yourself there. And another thing is, because I think most of the things when you go raw are mental things, that you might think that, oh, am I going to do this forever? When I did that, it was a bit scary. And, you know, I talked about that in another video called Will I Eat 80-10-10 Forever? And the answer is, I don't know. But at the moment, it feels so great for me, so I will do it. And that will also make me enjoy everything that I do, because I also know that if I don't want to continue this, I don't have to, but I want to do it. So it's important that you want to do. You have to know why you want to do this thing. And if you can't go fully raw, don't blame yourself there. Start with baby steps, like I always used to say. Start with just change your breakfast, and then you have something else for dinner, and then you have some cooked for lunch, and you have some cooked for dinner, and then your lunch can be something with raw food. So take baby steps there. That's what I think it's important. And one of the mistakes that I did in the beginning, I can go back to that. It was that I wasn't enjoying what I was eating, and I don't know if that is something that is common. But to me, I think it was that you know, I have always suffered from stomach pain, so eating it didn't used to be joyful to me. So I not takes a while for me, or took a while for me, and I still have to remind myself that eating is should be something enjoyable. And there were a period when I was drinking lots of Gatorade, and one day I realized that I don't enjoy drinking all this Gatorade, so I stopped drinking it. So you have to enjoy what you do, and if you don't have enough ripe fruit, sometimes try to go for like steamed potatoes or rice or gluten-free pasta and things like that. So I mean, it's better to have something to eat, even though it's not raw food, than going hungry. It doesn't mean that you have to go eat meat and dairy. That's another thing. And it doesn't mean that you have to eat sugar or something like that. So. And when it comes to the social things, that when you go to a party or anything, it's the same there, because now I feel so confident in what I do. So I always bring the foods I want, or sometimes they make something for me. But you know, it's also a bit difficult, because if somebody makes an effort to put your salad together and it's not organic, and you know that the lettuce there are so much pesticides in the lettuce, and you don't want to eat it if it's not organic, then you won't feel great about yourself either. So I often, if I'm not 100% sure that the person that I am visiting will know how to combine fruits together, or that they serve organic food, I always bring my own food. And actually, in the beginning, when you are on this lifestyle, maybe you should try not, if you don't feel confident about what you're doing, maybe you should just try to not be that social for a while, till you know what you do and why you do it, and why you want to do it. So like I said earlier in the videos, when you start knowing why you do it, and why it's important to you to do this, people will stop questioning what you do. So just work on yourself. That's the only thing, actually, that's always the only thing that we can do. We can never affect people around us. We can only work with ourselves. So be sure that what you do is what you want to do, and maybe 100% raw isn't where, maybe you're not ready to be that yet, so don't be it. I mean, I know people who have had success being only 70% raw, and why I choose this was that because I was so sick, and I had to be this extreme, if you want to say that. As you all know, my husband, he eats a cooked vegan diet, and he feels so great on that. My brother eats a vegan diet, so cooked vegan diet. So maybe you don't need to be 100% raw to feel your best. And the thing is that when the more raw food you eat, you will understand, you will know that, wow, I really love doing this. So that's what it should come from. That it shouldn't come from a decision that your mind does, and then you force yourself to be 100%, and you see that, or you realize that this is not for me. So it should be something that comes from your heart. That's a really important, that's an important advice that I would like to give to you. Let it come from your heart. So I hope this will inspire you to eat healthier. And like I say to my friends around me who want to eat healthier, I say, cut meat and dairy from your diet. Start there. Eat more greens, eat more fruit, eat more plants, and the more healthier you eat, the more healthier you will want to eat in the long run. So start from where you are, and that's the advice I want to give to you. Just start from where you are and be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. I said that 1,000 times before, but that is super important. If you want to be happy, you have to be kind to yourself. And remember that the only person on this earth that you can change is yourself. You can't change anyone else. So try to be true to yourself, and it will be so much easier to to meet the questions from other people around you. Like this question, you know, what kind of diet are you on? It's not a diet. I'm eating this to be healthy. I'm eating this to be alive. I'm eating this to be able to run. I'm eating this to be able to play with my kids. I'm eating this to don't have any PMS problems anymore, and so on and so on. So that's why I do it. So I hope this will inspire you to be happier and healthier, and include more plant strong foods into your diet, and maybe go 100% raw. You make the decision. And if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel, 40 and Fit and Fruits. And you can also follow me on Facebook, where I try to post regularly, and I tell you about what I do, what I eat, and it's a way for me to try to inspire you to be more healthy and happy. And I thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time. Bye bye. I love mangoes. That's why I do this. Ooh. I love mangoes. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. Oh, I love mangoes. That's why I do this.